To present our next inductee, back to the microphone, Mr. Tim McNeil.
I need to just quickly point out that I'm a very big cheerleader for a lot of these athletes, and I would be remiss not to point out a guy that's here tonight that actually did the coaching of the two track and field athletes being inducted. So I'd like to just throw a shout out to Phil Fry, Coach Phil Fry. Can you raise your hand there? And if everyone would just quickly take your thumb and forefinger and just hold it pretty close together. That is the difference between Emily, the national qualifier, and Emily, the All-American. She qualified for nationals in her last year here, and they take 9 to the finals. She was one of those 9 and just missed 8th and All-American by that much. So I'm very particular now when we go to meets to make sure that everybody is marking things very well. Emily is always an All-American to us, though. So we appreciate all that she did, and I'm sure she's an All-American to this day. It seems like a bygone era for one athlete to thrive in 2 sports these days, and especially sports that overlap. I am friends with Coach Scott, who's the basketball coach back there, Emily's basketball coach, but we may have had a rocky relationship had the PAC been about 2 years earlier in introducing indoor track and field, as I am sure that Emily would have been a really amazing indoor weight thrower. A few years before Emily came to Westminster, I actually coached against her as I was a high school coach at a rival high school. And track and field is kind of funny, is you can be really good friends with rival coaches. And I was really good friends with some of the McDonald coaches where she went to high school. McDonald had a little bit of a different philosophy. Hard work, outworking your opponents is ingrained in their athletes. They literally outwork everybody. My philosophy was a little bit different than the McDonald philosophy. A little bit of a work smarter. Our philosophy has always been train, don't strain. I think Coach Fry liked that philosophy, as Coach Fry, when he was working with her, was pulled in a lot of different directions, as he was also a football coach here at that time. But Emily needed more discs, more throws, more practice. And it works. For 4 years, she outworked the entire PAC. In my 15 years in coaching, I have seen amazing athletes and amazing performances, especially at that conference meet. I've seen freshmen win the conference and freshman competitors win the conference and wonder, how are we going to stop them? How are we going to beat them? But I don't recall anyone being able to win 4 straight PAC titles. And that's what she did. Your 4-time PAC champion, and in my book, always All-American. I present to you now, new title, Hall of Famer, Emily Dolsak.
Thanks, Coach. First, let me say what an honor it is to be here, an honor to be recognized amongst this amazing group of athletes and people. It was obviously unexpected, and I know I'm not one who likes attention, anybody who knows me. I'm also, though, going for the running tonight of Hall of Fame for shortest but best speech. But even though I don't like attention, I'm glad to have the opportunity to be able to express my gratitude and my appreciation for everybody who has been part of my Westminster journey. First, to my family, to my parents, for their support and encouragement all along the way, teaching me the importance of hard work and dedication and discipline. To my coaches, Coach Scott, for giving me the opportunity to play basketball with my sister. for introducing us to the Ironman gym, and for helping us to grow our passion and knowledge for the game of basketball, not only as players, but as coaches. To Coach McNeil and to Coach Fry, for encouraging me to do track in the first place, for spoiling me with new and fancy blue equipment, and for going above and beyond, literally, even the speed limit, to help me reach my goals and qualify for nationals. To teammates along the way who fought alongside me in competition and made competition fun. I've had so many great experiences here at Westminster, competing in nationals in California, going to Myrtle Beach for spring break, the Bahamas, to Chicago every year for track. But looking back on it all, it's not those things that stand out in my mind. It's the relationships that I was able to develop here with teammates, coaches, instructors, mentors, and friends who have become family that have meant the most to me. And I'm so grateful that Westminster gave me the opportunity to meet so many people that have impacted my life in such a positive way, and in a way that has prepared me for my future. For that, I will forever be grateful. Thank you. Go Titans.